Okay. It's mostly a hands-on practice, so anybody who wants to stick around and do it, go for it. If you're feeling good, you're welcome to it today. Oh, we didn't play with the iron either. Anybody who wants to play with the iron, feel free to stick around for that.
Okay.
Have you seen the iron?
You showed me the iron briefly.
I've got it heated up. Anybody who wants to use it for the project are welcome to. I'm going to skip it so I can save time. For this one, we're not doing a self-line bag, so we're just going to fold down the end and then fold it down again. And we're going to run a line of stitching as close to this inner fold as we can manage it. This will be a permanent line of stitching, so we're going to want to change directions at the beginning and end of the line. Just to lock that in. That's a little bit bigger, I think. Now what I'm doing here is I'm using actually the edge of the center part of the foot, trying to run the fold right up against that, and that is my seam allowance marker, since we don't have anything on the machine itself.
That gives like a ½ inch, it looks like.
Maybe for about a ½ inch. Oops, dropped the thing. Now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. You'll get better results, by the way, if you're sitting square to the machine. So forgive my sloppiness. Sitting square to the machine. So again, fold it over twice. And stitch as close to the inner edge as I can manage. With a direction change at start and finish. Whenever I'm trying to raise this threaded peg lever, I am trying to find that clutch point to ease the hand wheel, just because that's going to extend the lifespan of the equipment. Alright, now I've got a choice. Do I want this part to be visible at the end, or do I want this part to be visible? I actually like seeing the green with the extra bit of material here, so I'm going to make that my outside, which means I'm going to fold it on the inside right now, so when I flip the bag out, inside out, it'll be back on the outside. I'm going to fold down a little bit at the top for that top flap, fold up with a bit of an overlap to form the pouch itself, and stitch down both sides. Since these are, once again, permanent lines of stitching, we'll have that direction change. Did you hear that change in sound as I went over the heavier layers? Mm-hmm. Anytime you start hearing a knocking sound like that, it means you might want to think about slowing down a little bit. In this case, more because it was a change of thickness than because it was too thick.
Can I see how far you overlapped? Just
about 3/4 of an inch.
Okay.
I like the other lock lever better. I'm always fighting with this one. Then of course you trim up all your loose threads. I'm going to show you the quarter finger trick. You guys get the review. You run your finger inside your pocket, fold your surplus fabric down at a 45-degree angle and pinch with your thumb. Then when you flip it inside out, you should get a very square corner, which I'm going to fail to do for the rest of these, because it takes time. And ta-da! Small bag. So, anybody who wants the hands-on, grab a piece of blue or red fabric from the bin there and go to.
Can I see that one? The one
Yes.
you just did? Thanks.
And what about our bobbins? Bobbins and needles I just started assembling and most of the way there. The only way I know to carry the bobbins to keep them from unraveling, by the way, if you don't have a bobbin holder, is to just run the thread through these holes and wrap it around a couple of times that way. You can help locking them.
So I'm thinking about doing this right here with the vinyl and then putting like the leopard skin on the inside.
Yeah,
Can I add a button and then a strap to it and be like, here you go,
Yeah,
my
do
wife,
it.
you know, like here's a little Percy for you?
Absolutely.
So that she knows you did something.
Yeah, and I mean, what's it going to take me, 5 seconds? Be like, see, babe?
Yeah, all you'll do is just
see, babe, you gotta let me out more often.
Well, it's more like you need to learn this and sell these.
Yeah.
And make a bunch of money for me.
So I can make morning outside.
Anybody else want to do the project?
I am.
All right, go ahead and jump in while you get your fabric cut to size and set. Yeah, it'll cooperate better if you iron it down as you do it. And if it turns out it's turned off. So you got the right temperature. and you can spin it quite a number of revolutions. If you back it too far out, loosen it up too much, the whole apparatus will go shooting across the room. Absolutely.
What is this, the tension?
Tension, yes. So it's going to be clockwise to tighten, counterclockwise to loosen, adjusting tension on the top thread.
Is it clockwise to tighten?
So standard direction, pretty much. Now for all of your tension adjustments, you will want to make your adjustments to the top thread only. If you ever need to adjust the bottom thread tension, you're going to want to get the staff involved because they need to know why and they need to make sure it gets put back.
The ball end.
So what's this
The bottom.
one? Yeah. This is, I think actually just holding it in place. It is not a tensioner.
Okay.
It looks like one. It looks like it
It
should be
does.
the tensioner,
Yeah.
but it's not.
Okay. It does look like an tensioner. Huh. So there's no markings at all. So to do a 1/2 inch seam,
You have to have a good eye.
okay.
I suspect that's what some of these screw holes are for, is actually attaching markings.
Okay.
So you're worried about like you don't want a knot that you see outside.
No, I don't want it to unravel.
Yeah.
Right. So like, but you don't want a knot on the outside either. So that's why we're asking if you could go back and forth and it won't unravel, right?
Uh-huh.
So what do you do? Like, is that all you do? Just go back and forth over it, or?
My question was a little different. Like, say here, I've gone sewed to the back here, and then I've back stitched here. This would be fine. But if I'm going to trim this off, my question was if I trim in the middle of the back stitch, would it
Yeah.
matter?
Well, it's
Oh,
actually,
right,
And then I'm
an example
trimming.
here. So I've got 3 stitches here. Now I do have a direction change on this little short bit, so that's going to help hold it a little bit. But it will
Right.
just still pull apart.
Oh, right.
Because I don't have that full direction change at the ends.
Right.
So what you could do instead is if you have a crossing line of stitching, that's going to work basically the same as the back stitches. And this is only going to pull apart until it gets to that other line of stitching, which is going to hold it in place and keep it from
Okay.
going apart any further.
All right. All right.
And I will. I'll always have crust.
Yeah. So you should be fine then.
So let's see. The little trick here. Oops. Square enough.
You got a good capacity for memory. I don't. That's why I record everything. Like I have to go back and review it again because I would have forgot like half of everything.
You picked up a lot of information
Oh
today
yeah,
too.
I can't imagine 3 classes.
Yes, 3 classes is hard enough.
The only
if you have
reason I
done a lot of
remember
sewing.
it is because I've sewn before and I know that sometimes
Oh,
what
right,
you
right.
do,
Yeah, that helps too.
sometimes what they do is actually, like say there was a double thing here, you'd cut that off. I mean, that's another way, so.
Yeah, I've never liked that technique just
No,
because
because
I need the
it
extra
leaves
strength.
Yeah.
Pretty much everything I do, I want extra strength. Sure thing. See you around.
You too. See you at Tech Shop.
Yeah, that's fine. Hooray!
Right.
I will definitely be here.
Excellent.
Yeah, me
I've
too.
joined.
I'll be here all month, like every day.
Did you join for a month?